Right, welcome to Let's Talk. Today I'm chatting with Carole from Discovery Credit Union in Dundee. Morning, Carole.
Good morning, Claire. Thank you for inviting me along.
Oh, thanks for coming along. And you're our first for 2024. We're first one to kick off the year. So thank you very much, Carole. So, Carole, I think it's quite a good time to maybe start talking a bit more about what you guys do at Discovery Credit Union. So could you tell us a wee bit more about it, please?
Yeah, a wee bit of a background. There have been credit union movement in the UK since 1964.
Wow.
They first come to Dundee in 1979. Small credit unions based in community centres in the east and the west of the city. Very small, just people coming together to put money into a pot that they could borrow out of, or increase savings or whatever. So in 2003, these little credit unions in the east and the west of Dundee came together to form Discovery Credit Union, and we moved into our office now at the Wellgate Library. Mm-hmm. We've just had our 20-year anniversary.
Brilliant.
Obviously, and we've gone from having just a few hundred members to over 4,500 members at the moment. We have over these years put out an accumulative £8 million in loans. Wow. We have had over £2 million in savings, and helping the people of Dundee, Good. To manage to manage their finances in an easier way. Yeah. Sometimes it's quite difficult for folk who can be maybe financially excluded or whatever to go along to a bank and even open an account sometimes. Mm-hmm. So it is a very good alternative.
Great. Mm-hmm. Now, Carole, I'm actually part of the Discovery Credit Union, so I know how it works. Now, I know people who are obviously employed, they can set up through their employer to go into your savings account as such. So could you just touch a wee bit on that, if that's okay, please?
Yeah, of course. You could join as a member from anywhere at all. You can join online. You can join down at our office at the Wellgate Centre, or you can join through your employer.
Yeah,
we have quite a few payroll partners in Dundee, including the Carer Centre, the NHS, Dundee City Council, all the universities, the college, housing associations. So there are quite a few payroll partners that we have, and in that case, you would be able to find out the information either by coming directly to ourselves or going to your payroll section.
Great.
And asking them for a form to complete.
It's a very easy process. I mean, it comes off your pay and it goes straight away. So you're not as you start doing it, you don't miss it. And then you say you've got this pot of savings that you start to save up that you can access when you want, can't you? But there's other things you can set up where you leave it for the year. So you can set up like a Christmas savings. Is that right? So that would not be able to be accessed until the end of the year. Is that correct?
That's right. It's quite simple. What we do is mainly promote a savings culture.
Yeah.
This is what we want to help folk with. There are what we call regular savings, where you can put money in and have instant access at any time to it. But what you're talking about is the Christmas savings account. Yes. Christmas savings account can be opened and you can put in regular payments for as little or as much as you want on a weekly or monthly basis. And it can only be accessed between the 1st of November and the 31st of December every year. Okay. After which, if there's anything left in the account, it'll be locked in again for another year. Okay. So this helps people obviously, save towards Christmas rather than, at the moment, most folk are feeling that kind of, that pinch because they've maybe overspent for Christmas. They've maybe put themselves into debt for Christmas. Whereas if they can get on board now and start putting away a small regular amount, then they'll be sorted come November. You know, that their pot will be there. They can either have, you know, it'll be something towards their Christmas. It may not cover everything, but some folk may have enough to cover Christmas, and it's a great feeling.
Definitely.
You know, come November, December, to know that you're covered with that.
It is. That's good to know you do. It does take a bit of the edge off that panic where you think, oh, it's okay, I've got that money sitting there, it's fine, I'm halfway there with things. So it does make you feel that little bit prepared.
It certainly does, and we've found that over the years that's been increasing. And at Christmas this year, we had £94,000 worth of people saving. For Christmas. That's been increasing year on year as folk find out about it, you know.
And I think it's not something you want to think about. It's probably in January. You don't want to think about the year ahead of another Christmas coming up. I think we've probably a lot of people think, it's been great, but I'm glad it's over now for a year. But I think it's sensible to have that kind of thinking in mind, just to think, look, let's just be a bit more savvy now. Let's just maybe put away £20, £10, whatever. And I suppose that you could change that amount month on month as well. Is that correct?
It's up to you. You could put as little or as much in as you want. Good. And the way I look at it is, you know, for folk, they say, oh, but I can't afford to save. You know, I don't have the money to save or whatever. You know, look on it as, you know, do you buy that coffee or that takeaway or, you know, a bar of chocolate or whatever? You know, you'll pay out on all these sort of things.
Definitely.
Try and put, even if it's a couple of pounds now and again, you know, try and put it away and forget all about it, because it'll benefit you in the long run.
Yeah, that's true. That's good. Now, you did touch on earlier on, Carole, loans that I know that you guys do obviously offer as well. Could you, I know there's different variations of the loans. Could you maybe just chat about them?
If you're a member of the credit union, the most common loan is a standard loan. And the standard loans are based on, you would normally join the credit union. You pay a £2.50 fee to become a member.
Okay.
There is also an annual fee of £3.50, which is for our trade body fees and things like that we need to keep going. But once you've joined, for the standard loan, if you save for a minimum of 9 weeks or 3 monthly payments, you can then access regular loans, standard loans, which would be, for the first loan, twice your savings. Whatever you've saved up, you can borrow up to twice your savings. Okay. For any subsequent loan after that, you would be able to borrow up to 3 times your savings. Okay. The benefit of all of our loans, all of our loan products, is that as you're repaying your loan, and for an example, if you're repaying it, say, at £10 a week, £8 would be going to your loan repayment and £2 would be going into your savings.
Ah, okay.
So as you're repaying your loan, your savings are building up.
Okay.
It's all about savings with the credit union. Yeah. You know, it's all about getting some money in the pot there for you. So the standard loan, that's how that one works. We also have a discovery loan, which is where you maybe have a bit of an emergency. Right. Say you have an appliance or you have something else that you need money for now and can't wait for 9 weeks or 3 months or whatever. You can come to us, join, and you can access a discovery loan, which is up to £500. Okay. For that, generally, if you have something like a child benefit or something like that, you would have your benefit paid into us. And that would pay off your loan. Okay. There would be a certain amount taken from it. There would be your savings element, and then anything left over would go onto a prepaid debit card for you.
Okay.
So it's easy for a lot of people that, you know, it takes the
Yeah.
You can obviously set up a standing order as well, or you can pay by payroll deduction. Okay. So there are still all the options for every type of loan. But the discovery loan is quite a good starter one where folk need money now. You know, they need it fairly quickly. So it is up to 500. if you have a good repayment history and everything's going well, for the second loan, you can potentially borrow up to £1,000.
Okay.
That would be the maximum for a discovery loan. Hopefully by that time you'll have accrued your savings and then can move on to standard loans where you can get 3 times your savings or whatever. So there is a potential to go up a bit higher if you need to.
Okay.
And
if you need to.
As you know, there are people, look for loans for different things, whether it's home improvements or cars or, whatever, maybe need a wee bit more money. So that's how we'll work. We'll start off small and then we can build up.
Okay.
For the guys that say save by payroll deduction and are with our employer partners, they can access a freedom loan. Now that's kind of right from the beginning. Once we see your payments coming in from your employer, you can apply for a freedom loan, and that's from £1,250 up to £7,500.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yep. So because we're collecting your payments in that way and what have you, you can access a freedom loan.
Okay.
With us from the start without having that savings element.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Lots of options, lots of different options for people to tap into, and it's just having that conversation, like you say, with a member of staff from yourselves, just to clarify that with people and find out what the best suit is for the person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The final loan is a secured loan.
Okay.
If you have £200 in savings or £500 in savings, and you want 500, say you've got 500, you want £500, you don't have to take all your savings out. You can take it as a secured loan.
Okay.
Very small interest. You keep your savings there, and they will increase as your loan's repaid.
Okay.
Now, if folk will say, well, what's the benefit to that? Why am I paying, for money that I've got there?
Yeah.
With the credit union, you get free life insurance.
Okay.
Okay. So if something was to happen to you, your loan, any loan, outstanding loan, would be paid in full, and your savings would double to your beneficiary.
Oh, right. Okay.
So you've got your £500 loan.
Yeah.
It will be paid off in full, and your £500 savings would be doubled to £1,000 to go to your beneficiary. Okay. So that's the benefit of, if you want to leave your savings in, that if anything was to happen to you, then your loan would be paid off and your savings would be doubled. There are age and health restrictions to that.
Okay.
But generally, that's what happens. So that's the benefit to doing it that way.
Right. Okay.
We'd also say at this stage that all your money with the credit union is covered by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme, as are all big banks. So we're exactly the same. It's covered up to your £85,000 limit. We're no different. So if anything was to happen to the credit union at any time, you would be paid out in full.
Okay.
You wouldn't lose anything.
Yeah, I think at this current crisis we're going through with all the bank savings things, all the people could be a bit wary where they're putting money these days, I suppose.
That's right, yeah.
To have that, obviously, that clarified, Carole, that's great. Thanks very much for that.
Yeah, it's just as safe as any bank that you would be putting your money into.
Good, that's good to hear. Well, great. It sounds great. It is great. It's good to know that you do have that bit of money away. And like I say, once you do start, you don't miss it.
No.
And there's lots of different options that people can obviously tap into whatever they feel suits them. They could choose it. And it's just having that conversation, like you say, with your employer, or just coming to see yourselves at the Wellgate, coming in to chat to somebody.
We're open at the Wellgate on a Tuesday morning and a Thursday morning from 9:30 to 12:30. We're not open every day for a face-to-face.
Okay.
Although if you did want to, speak to someone, you can phone the office and we would arrange for you to come down and we could see you. That's not a problem either. Generally, you would join online at our website at www.discoverycu.co.uk.
Okay.
All the details are there about membership, about savings, about loans, frequently asked questions and things like that. So there's quite a lot of information there too.
That's good. And we'll pop all that information in the comment section below, your web address and contact details as well, Carole, okay, so people can access it there if they want to.
That's great, thank you.
Perfect, Carole. Listen, thank you very much for that. Here's to 2024 and people saving.
I hope so.